Welcome everyone to Mental Health, and I hope our delay didn't make you anxious. I am Dean of the Genetic Marvel. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Cole Clayton. How are you, sir?
Another day in hell, my friend.
I mean, you are going through quite a lot. That is for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about this topic the other day. I saw somebody had written a thing explaining anxiety, and they're like, anxiety is made up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? Because that freaked me the fuck out. And then they're like, no, think about it this way, is you get anxious over your thoughts. But in a situation, you just act. You just do something. And you're like, shoot, that actually makes sense. You're like, yeah, your anxiety is created or manifested from your thoughts and not actual things happening. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I agree with that, but at the same time, I felt like it was warranted to discuss, considering there's a lot of things that are causing anxiety the last little bit. That's for sure.
Well, one of my last little bits of therapy before I realized that like therapy is like more a woman's game.
Yeah.
They told me something interesting. Because I thought I had always suffered from anxiety.
Right.
And so I was being like honest because I legitimately was going to seek like, professional help or whatnot,
Yeah.
Because I was in the middle of a custody battle and stuff like that. So like, and my ex, said some things that got me in my feelings, and I was like, well, if this is really true, then I should go and get this worked on. And it all turned out to be a bunch of bullshit. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. The therapist told me that it doesn't seem that I have anxiety.
Right.
What I have is more, and now I was never given an official diagnosis. This was just like speculation.
Right.
But she said what it seems like I might actually have is more consistent with a thought disorder. Which I was like, okay, well, what the fuck is that? And she's like, she said,
thanks, Olga.
Hey, Olga, thank you for subscribing. So anxiety is actually like impending doom, and you don't actually understand where it's coming from necessarily. And it can come from like you just having bad thoughts and whatnot. But a thought disorder is, why is it making all that noise every time I start a podcast? A thought disorder starts. It's from you having thoughts that constantly give you anxiety.
Yeah.
Which are two different things, apparently.
Yeah. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. None of the ones that actually liked your video are. There is only two. Which one? Oh, I think she's on your Single Dad 22 one.
Oh, you're on Single Dad 22?
What's up, Aaron? What's up, Schnickel?
Hey, Schnickel.
That is a great name, by the way, Schnickel.
Aaron, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to both our channels, Sniffing Glue 22, Dean of the Genetic Marvel, wherever else you may be watching. Make sure you come to YouTube and record it and subscribe here too, because this is where we mainly go out of. Thanks. I appreciate your appreciation of my appreciation of your name, sir. Or ma'am, whatever. That's fine.
Are you Gino the Genetic Marvel? It depends on who's asking. I'm asking. Well, what's your name? Who wants to know?
Yeah. Why are you so interested in what I'm doing? Thank you very much.
Anyway, so that's cool, Schnickel. Thank you. We didn't need to know either way.
No, it wasn't meant to attack. It was just a, Schnickel seems like it could be gender fluid, like,
we don't believe in that here, though. We don't believe in gender fluid here.
No, but I'm saying if a girl was like, hi, my name is Schnickel, I'd be like, I need to talk to you for a little bit.
What if you be Schnickelette?
I don't know. It would be
Anyway, so
schnitzel.
anxiety is you have impending doom,
Yeah.
and because you have impending doom and you don't know where it's coming from, you have bad thoughts because of it. You're trying to figure out what is causing you negative energy. Where a thought disorder is you have negative thoughts, so it gives you anxiety.
Oh, it's like chicken or the egg. It's which
Right.
one is, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can understand that. That does make sense. Like I remember in an interview once they were like, "How do you deal with stress?" And I'm like, "I drink." And they're like, "You can't say that in an interview." I'm like, "No,
Why?
I'm
That's
joking."
what people did that for thousands of years,
Yeah.
maybe hundreds of
I
thousands of
don't.
years.
I don't drink. That's why I'm just like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. And then they're like, "No, seriously." I'm like, "I
I
don't
mean,
understand what they
don't
mean." Like it's
drink
just
in
about,
excess. Don't drink
yeah.
every day, but it's
Yeah.
good every once in a while. So,
I yeah.
yeah, essentially if you know what the root cause of your anxiety is,
Yeah.
then that's a thought disorder. If
Yeah.
you have anxiety and you don't know why, and you're constantly trying to figure it out, and it's making you freak the fuck out about every
Yeah.
little thing, that's anxiety.
Yeah. I drink water. Okay, interestingly enough,
Water.
having proper hydration is actually one of the key things to help balance your hormones and all that kind of stuff. Like I've had to explain this so many times to my wife where she's like, "Oh, I'm drinking tea," and I'm like, "I understand that you enjoy tea, but you need to drink just water. You just need to drink water sometimes, and a lot of times it's a big deal. It's
She
it's the
is a
same. It's
Chinese Brit. Leave her and her tea alone.
it's all I have to pay to push her around with. Tea again, eh? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, but yeah, no, see that's that yeah, that makes that mud much clearer. I'll tell you that much. It's that's like the whole idea being that like you because I do that too, where I'm like I pre-think out scenarios endlessly. And it keeps me up at night for no reason whatsoever. Like if I was interviewed by Walter Cronkite, I would have answers for him. I don't know why. I just do. Like, if I met the president of the United States of America, I would have questions I would be ready to ask him. And I'm like, I don't know why I think that way, but I just do. And sometimes those things cause me anxiety. I'll be the first one to admit it. And a lot of times I go, why is this like that? One of the things that I did because of that was I avidly watch the news. I watch I forget, it's an old lady who's like she's got Pulitzer prizes and stuff like that, but she reads the news like old white people used to read the news, whereas like this is the information, no details, like no opinions attached, just information.
That's
This is
like,
what's
yeah,
happening in the
that's
world.
like the 70s.
Yeah, which is what the news I prefer because I'm like I rather consume information and then I will make my call as
I
to
think
how I
everybody
feel about this.
prefers that.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
know one person that wouldn't be like,
well,
who's like, you know what I want in my news? Entertainment.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
then watch a podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well,
you
that's the
want a
thing
couple
is,
of comedians talking about the news and putting their little fucking spin on it and saying, actually, you know what? This is what I thought about it. Ha ha ha. Yeah,
so
listen to a podcast. I want the fucking news. Just give me the fucking news.
this is the funny thing is I've seen the tweet so often that it's like I just found out today that news stands for notable events, weather, and sports. And Merriam Webster Dictionary's Twitter responded with no. I'm like, there you go. It's not like it's the news. It's just information, right? But even still, so I wrote that and I felt that I was anxious about what was happening in the world. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop listening to the news. I'm just not gonna listen to it. So I just stopped. And you know what? I feel a
Now
lot better.
California is on fire.
Bro, they had an earthquake apparently too. And I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah,
I didn't hear that part. I just
that
like I've been in my own little bubble for this
yeah,
past week that
yeah,
I just heard about the fires like last night, and I was like, "Ah, that's happening all the time." And then earlier today, I was like, "Wait a minute, it's January. They're having fires." And then I started like reading tweets and news updates, and there's people. It's ours. It's like legit. Like
sorry.
if
Yeah.
this is the end was actually a real movie, like
This is the wild thing is that like 90% of the time it's proven that it was started by people and like or essentially it was not like a wildfire. It was no, somebody started it, it got out of control, and immediately everything went to shit. Like that's that, and which is horrible because like how many times do you be like, oh, the person responsible was this person going to jail? You never hear about that.
No, because you
And
can't
yet,
figure out who it is a lot of the time.
I think they
Especially
do.
if it's out in the woods.
I think they do, and you know what? They don't do anything about it, and that it bothers me because like I sent you a bunch of TikToks today that essentially were like it's weird because there's like satellite video of all three fires starting at the same period of time, like very close locality, and then boom, just massive fires instantly, and you're like,
well, it's dry there, so yeah, if you start a fire there, they're gonna take
hey,
off.
they've already said like there's a whole thing. There's a lot of information coming out right now about how like California is not dry. Like Arizona, parts of Texas, those are deserts, right? New Mexico has desert,
Southern California isn't a desert.
but that's not where the fires are, right? Like so,
Los
like
Angeles, that's
well,
Southern California.
whatever. Not as far as Arizona. The point is that like what they're saying is that like no, like California has water. They just route it in certain areas where they're like, yeah, a drought results, and they're like, yeah, but there are people who are dumping water and stuff. Like it's a very, very complex water situation in California on purpose and completely for the point of people abusing water. What's up, Marco? We're talking about anxiety, bro. I think Marco is one of the most self-confident people I know, and it drives me crazy. Do you hear about Area 51 satellite images? I want to, Marco. Tell me. I have not heard anything. But yeah, Marco is a very self-confident person, and I look at him and I'm like, really?
It's
like
a
I asked someone,
thing.
Maybe.
That's what
I think
it is.
he got a little too much of the beatings, but you know, in the end,
I choose Latin culture in general. They're all like that.
Nice Jewish beards. Neither of us are Jewish, but thanks. I appreciate you.
It's in my lineage. I'll give them a pass.
I mean, it's in everyone's lineage. They're everywhere. You can't get away from them now.
I'm not like proud of it or anything.
They control everything. No, that's fine.
Why does it seem so big today?
Huh? I don't know. You're up close and personal. Hey, do you want me to move forward
so people can get I don't know. I just seem so big. I don't know.
Screw came loose on my chair, so now it leans back automatically instead of staying stiff. So I'm just, I just keep on lying back and like, I'm very luxurious. You know,
I'm trying to lean. Like when I have the lean thing in, it doesn't lean far enough. But when I pull it out, and it goes way too fucking far. There's
in the most obvious comment ever, Schnickel said, "I'm Jewish, actually." No shit.
Yeah, we knew that.
this episode is sponsored by Schnickel. Him and his people have been very generous to Cole and I, and they are providing for us. Thank you very much.
Schnickel is a Jewish boy.
Yeah. Supposedly, at the same time the fire started, through their satellite images of something being released from Area 51 in the direction of the fire. Jesus, you know what?
Like Utah, isn't it? Or like
it's Nevada.
Where is it? Is it Nevada? Whatever, whichever one of those Mormon states.
Hey, I don't think Nevada is a Mormon state, but
it sounds like does it like Nevada? That sounds like a Mormon word.
Sure, why not? My thing is this: is that the pictures, and you know what, Marco, you're not on TikTok, but I'll see if I can find the video and just send you a clip of the video.
TikTok
but it shows
banned. That's it.
Yeah, TikTok is done. That's you know what?
Throwing in the flag. We got one more chance to keep it. Like the what is it called? The Supreme Court is kind of like dragging their feet. They can make a call at any time between now and at the 19th.
I thought Trump was trying not to ban it.
Yeah, but he's not president.
Isn't that like in a week?
The inauguration day is on the 20th. The ban date is on the 19th. They did that shit on purpose.
Oh my God. You know what?
They did that shit on purpose.
And you know what? People are losing their mind right now. And you're like, bro, why? It's such a foolhardy thing that they're trying to block TikTok. And you're like, why? Just give me one good reason. Oh, it has propaganda. Every social media does.
Well, it drives me crazy because their whole thing was, oh, well, the Chinese are stealing your information and your privacy and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Or the Americans.
Facebook was doing that and selling the information to Russia like fucking 10 years ago, and nothing ever happened with that. What did they slap Zuckerberg with some fines? I don't even know if they did or not.
Bro, and even Zuckerberg, okay, the amount of people who have come out and like attacked Zuckerberg, so Zuckerberg is like, there's no more fact checks on Facebook. We're going to stand up for freedom of speech. Everyone's like, Mark Zuckerberg's been replaced by a rat turd, and we're glad that he's not checking Facebook facts anymore. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, somebody said that don't trust Zuckerberg as far as you can throw him. All that's going on now is he was tired of paying for election interference and then getting the wrong result, getting the opposite result. So now he's just like, you know what, fuck it. I don't care what's going on with who's president anymore.
Immediately when politicians approached social media and said, hey, we want you to help us do something, he should have said, get fucked. I'm live streaming this right now. Boom. Immediately. That's what they should have done.
That's what Elon's doing. And he freaks me out more and more every day.
Oh, yeah. He's a weirdo. Well, so Trump and Elon are trying to save it. Also heard Dennis O'Leary. Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you appreciate this.
I don't like Dennis O'Leary.
No, he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
But his song, I'm an Asshole, was such an epic part of my youth.
No. You're thinking of
isn't
the comedian Dennis Leary.
Who's Dennis O'Leary?
Dennis O'Leary.
He's the black-haired version.
No, he's from Shark Tank.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he's like a super conservative Republican.
Isn't he Canadian?
I don't think so.
Isn't Dennis O'Leary Canadian? Hold on. Let me see this. Dennis.
Yeah, you're thinking of Dennis Leary. Dennis O'Leary is a different guy.
Dennis O'Leary is the guy I'm thinking about. No, that's Dennis Leary. Hold on. Who the hell is Dennis? What the fuck is? Oh.
I could fucking spell. How did you spell it? Let's see.
Oh, okay.
O'Leary.
Yeah, that guy's Canadian.
The billionaire?
The Shark Tank guy? Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah. He's a fucking crazy. Well,
born in Montreal.
For me to hate him.
Gross.
Oh,
born in Montreal. Disgusting. He's a pig man. What's up, John Carlos? How are you?
Montreal is just the California of Canada, right?
Yeah, basically. It's the word. It's a burden on society, and it's just Schnickel. I love Canada. You own part of Canada. You Jewish man.
Yeah, I like how you were like, he has a song called "I'm an Asshole." I'm like, the billionaire.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
What happened?
I wouldn't be surprised. Is that if he did sing that in the shower every day? I'm an asshole. Yeah, like that's because he is an asshole.
Like Marcos, I think he's saying Cole is correct. And he's not a comedian. See, we don't need fact checkers because we can fact check each other. Hey, that was dumb, you dumbass. Don't say that. Like
come on, Mick T. You hating on me? No, Schnickel, I'm not. Come on. Golito.
I don't know what that means.
Small colon. Definitely means small colon.
The Ito does mean small, I think.
Yeah. And you're Cole, so little Cole or little butthole.
I'm like twice Marco's size.
at least. Yeah. Marco walks around like he's 6 foot tall, but
there's a reason why Cortez conquered those people down there. Like, they weren't big to begin with.
Neither were the Spaniards, though. They just had guns.
Spaniards? Oh, come on. Those are all the gods.
And Spaniards talk funny too. It's also
they're Spaniards. They're a little gay. They're just Spanish Frenchmen.
They're more. Listen, they're gay. I find them gayer than British people because British people talk gay.
Everybody in Europe is a little gay.
A little bit, more than a little.
A lot of gayness going on there, except for maybe like until you get to like Eastern Europe, and then they're very like, don't touch me, don't look at me.
No one's gay.
Yeah,
if you look at me, you're gay. Don't look at me. All right, man, calm down. Just relax. That's it. Oh yeah. Voice text. Yeah, I'm sure that's it. You saying I'm gay? I didn't say that, but are you? You're okay to be. Gentlemen. I mean, that's fine.
Speaking of wildfires, what's up? Atlas, how's it going?
How you doing? Atlas is in a cave somewhere, hunkered down from the fire.
Yeah, have you evacuated yet?
I feel like Atlas would make a great firefighter. He's very apologetic. He'd be like, I'm in there. My dad and I are chilling after his house got evacuated. Is house got evacuated? Is it like in danger, or is everything still okay? It's just a precautionary measure. Because I assume, like, apparently there's been a lot of news that they're like, oh yeah, none of it is under control. Just period. Everything's going crazy. I keep on telling Alex, let's take a lot of pictures. He's like, it's a little traumatic, and I'm like, I know, I don't care. I want to see pictures because I'm a bad person. I want to see. I want to see that state of sin you burn to the ground. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I hope everyone's okay. That's just a very scary thing to go through.
The only time I ever dealt with the wildfire was down in Texas. It was like burning on like the other side of the freeway, pretty much all the woods. You could see it from my school. And like me and like I don't know, like 14 other kids showed up to school that day. Or that whole week. And finally by Wednesday, I brought my guitar and my amp to school because nothing was being done. And I was just like, smoke on the water. And they're like, play a different song. And I'm like, I don't know how.
Just trying to figure it out. Atlas says we have schools closed tomorrow too. Good.
Good.
I don't understand
my school.
I don't understand why there are schools that are open. Like that's so confusing. People are like, oh, we're gonna keep we think we're not in danger. There's a fire. If you're not a fire person, get out.
That's not like down south. Wildfires do happen in Texas, but not where I lived. That was a once in a blue moon thing. Mostly what we have is hurricanes, and like you just leave and you come back, and then sometimes your house is not there. You know what I mean? But like it seems like in California, the fires are just always there, and you have to like be gone for a while, and then you come back and nothing's there.
I have a joke right now. I just want to pick on Schnickel a little bit because Schnickel's like, I'm Jewish, I'm a boy. He says, I love trauma and fire is cool. Why didn't you just make your name Jewish Lightning, bro? Just calm down.
You're a Jew. You don't like fire. Get out of here. That's why y'all left Germany.
Yeah, don't fucking lie. Hey, Schnickel, fire isn't cool. You don't like fire. Don't lie to us. Okay, so I'm just messing with you. I love the episode of The Bear where he brought up Jewish fire. I'm like, you're not allowed to. They're like, you're not allowed to say that. He's like, yeah, but we all know what it means. You're like, bro,
I can't watch it. Every time I put it on, it just gives me anxiety.
Yeah, fire
it freaks me out. It reminds me of the kitchens.
Did you grow up with a fireplace, like a real fireplace?
No, I didn't grow up in a fireplace. My mom actually did keep me.
No, I mean
she didn't drop me off.
Like, did your home have a fireplace? Is what I mean.
Oh, sometimes some of them.
Yeah,
I didn't have like a childhood home. We moved a lot.
It was a big thing. It was a big part of our childhood, and it really.
We never used it. We never used it.
We did for a long time. I play with fire. I'm probably to strike down your enemies there, Schnickel. I'm sure.
It's down south. It's like kind of more of a novelty thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If it never gets cold enough for you to use it, most houses are like built with like central heating in Texas. Houston is a new city. Like Houston was built in the 80s. Like it's
it's got nothing.
Old for sure because it was established in the 1800s or whatever, like right before the Civil War. But like it boomed in the late 70s, early 80s. So everything's new there. You know what I mean? Everything's electric, which is the problem. Because like the entire heating system is electric. So like when you get and then Texas has its own power grid outside of the US. The US has its own power grid, and then Texas has its own power grid, right? And they always talk such a big game up until like the last 3 or 4 years, where they're like, we have our own power grid, we can leave America if we want to do blah 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 blah. And then every winter for the last like 5 years or so, it got so cold in Texas that it knocked the power grid loose, and then nobody had any heat, and people were freezing to death in Texas.
Yeah. Which is right.
But everything's new there. I had never even seen a gas stove until I moved up here.
That's fair. So I am laughing though. So many people are like, "Well, it's because of the gays. The gays started the fire." I'm like, bro, that is some of the funniest shit ever. You said you were on me, but I didn't. Yeah. No, that was the Jewish fire comment, Schnickel. No, you don't have to put it out. When you make me repeat it, it makes me look like the asshole. Only rich white people had fireplaces. That's right. And my parents loved me, sir. Chris, the US only has 7 grids. I mean,
interesting.
I didn't know that, Chris. I just remember watching whatchamacallit, Die Hard 7, where they took down all sorts of stuff, and they were like, part of it's the power grid, and you're like,
this is the best one in my opinion.
I like all of them, and I love how mean Samuel Jackson is. That wasn't picking on me. I mean, it's a little.
That was 3 Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I love them all 4. All 4 were great. I enjoyed it.
There's 5 in total.
Yeah, the newest one's a little weird, but
maybe the newest one. I came out in like 2012.
And now like, Bruce Willis is
Bruce
gone.
Willis can't even talk. He's so old now. It's just so long since we had it. They should. I feel like they should. I feel like at this point it's been long enough, and Bruce Willis obviously can't come back. It's been long enough where they could do a Netflix series, like just reboot it and turn it into a series.
Oh, like they did for Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, a little bit better, hopefully. But
I've heard that's pretty good. I haven't seen it though.
It was good, but there was like some on-set drama that kind of fucked the whole story up. They had to kick off the main character who was playing Riggs, who I liked as the new Riggs, but
wasn't that character? Sean what's his face? Stifler.
They replaced him with Stifler. Stifler was the new character coming in.
Oh, Stifler's the new character?
Why did they well, they canceled the show after like a season with Stifler.
Yay.
Like I said, there was some infighting. The Riggs guy and one of the Wayne's brother played fucking Murtaugh, and they started bickering real bad, and like somebody got hurt on set, and then somebody got sued, and then they kicked Riggs off.
As a reminder, everyone, just so you know, when Murtaugh said I'm too old for this shit, he was 41 years old. That is 4 years younger than me. So just so you know, if you ever think
he was playing 50 in the movies, though.
Hey, it's not the point.
First movie, it was
I'm sorry. Did I ask for your opinion? I
love those movies.
Sir, black don't crack. Don't call me out on this. Yeah. The thing is, everything being attached to the internet has gone so crazy. Like that's the one thing where I'm like, I want to have a Ring camera for the front of my house for security purposes. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't like the idea that someone can access that. Like, I don't have, like, you're like, oh, you have to have a subscription and da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, I don't want any of that. I don't want it. I want it CCTV. I want it to be accessible only here.
Now, Chris said, hold up. Before we get to walkie-talkie, Chris said we're venerable as a country. We're very venerable as a country. Do you know what venerable means?
And that's how successful your school system has been.
Afforded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, and character.
Listen, you keep talking, and Schnickel's going to come teach you what Jewish fire is. Okay, that's what's going to happen.
Come now, the oven.
Yeah. Speaking of geriatrics making movies, heard that Gibson might direct Lethal Weapon 5. I would love it. I think that's good U.S. education. Yeah, good old U.S. geography. It's the Gulf of
U.S. education.
Gulf of America now. That's what we're gonna call it.
I do feel like Mel Gibson could still do another Lethal Weapon movie, but the other guy, Danny Glover, I think that's his name. He's pretty fucking old.
Danny Glover. Danny Glover has ridiculously large hands. So I remember his
gay, dude.
Why is that gay? Well, listen, my hands are ridiculous.
Like clasp fingers together or something?
No. At Planet Hollywood, it has a bunch of handprints of stars, and one of them is Danny Glover. And I put my hand, and it was like an inch past it. Like he was like a basketball player. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Schnickel, I'm using you, Schnickel, as a threat to other people that Jewish fire is going to get them, and you're going to be the culprit for all you're playing with fire, sir. If anything, you're training for your future in insurance. That's Speaking of anxiety, Atlas, how are you doing there, buddy?
Where did he go? He like disappeared.
Yeah, because we started talking about it's God cleaning up the gays. That's what no, the fire was definitely started by people. There are videos all over TikTok, which conveniently is being
all I know is, and I just tweeted this a little while ago, but when Ohio was reaching out, telling everybody, dude, they're eating our dogs and cats. Everybody, the whole fucking world was like, no. Now Now there's arsonists in LA. I don't want to hear. I want the same energy. I want the same energy. Okay.
Nope. 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 Not happen. It's not real.
Not real.
Mother Nature, baby. What even is Jewish fire? Oh, it's Jewish fire is insurance fraud via electrical wiring for that was done by predominantly Jewish electricians, and they would have a problem. And then, insurance is going to pay out. Don't worry. It's fine. Everything looks fine. I don't know how it happened.
I thought the Italians were the ones that dealt in insurance.
Italians just were arsonists, but Jewish fire wasn't traceable, baby.
Also, I feel like Jewish fire is just German oven.
That's aggressive. That's definitely going to get us canceled. That's fine. As it should.
People do care about dogs and cats, but not when we tell them that the Haitians are eating them.
No, absolutely not. I could care. How dare you, sir?
Although Floridans don't. Floridians? How do you? I don't know. People from Florida don't care about dogs and cats. Otherwise, there wouldn't be an alligator problem.
Bro, I honestly, the crazy part is that they were saying that in Florida, all of the local fauna is gone. So now there's only alligators and pythons. That's it.
What is fauna? Like squirrels and shit?
Yeah. So like squirrels, beavers, deer, foxes, whatever. Like whatever was in.
Get some alligators. Fuck, there's so many deer in Cleveland.
It's a deer or pythons and alligators because they're apex predators, right? And they don't really fight each other.
Florida is
just mind their own business, right? But
Florida is just like America's Australia.
Yeah. It's 100% accurate. Even speaking of fires, what about the Cleveland Zoo rainforest fire yesterday? I didn't know they had a fire. What happened at the Cleveland Zoo?
I've been in my own world. I don't know. I'll look it up right now. You said Cleveland Zoo rainforest, not the rainforest.
Oh, for real?
I love that zoo.
I've never been to the zoo in Cleveland. You know what?
It's free on Monday. Well, for me, it won't be free for you.
Why is it free only for you?
For Cuyahoga County residents only.
Oh, how much is it to get in?
Like $15 or something.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Cleveland Zoo fire. The first thing. The damage is minimal.
Oh, good.
I like how Rochelle's like, we're talking about fire. Well, what about the important fire? The one at the zoo in Cleveland.
Yeah. Nobody cares about people burning. What about the animals? Rochelle, you know how it is. Chris, we're just talking about fires everywhere and how scary this is. I'm like,
bro, is the whole world falling apart right before Trump becomes president? Is this the game?
It's literally nothing. He's being giving a bag of rocks. Be like, this was a building once. Here you go. Best of luck. Have fun. Live in it. Go fuck yourself.
Wait, so
I get what they're doing, but they're salting their own earth, and you're like, bro, Nancy Pelosi has proven to be not just the best trader in history ever, but she has beaten the Dow, the S&P 500, Warren Buffett by like 26%.
What gets me about her is that she's a woman. What is her source? Because women aren't that good with money.
She's literally making, bro. She made there was a report 2 weeks ago that in 1 week she made $10 million off trades.
That's what I said. Like they went after Bernie Madoff for way less, but for Pelosi, it's whatever. It's just a running joke.
But the reason being is because Pelosi is doing it through stock trading, whereas Madoff like took people's money and then just spent it, right? Like,
well, yeah, he was just moving it around a bunch essentially.
She's technically getting it through legitimate means. It's just that she's using information that only she has access to make those decisions. How does
she only have access to it? Okay, because she's just a state senator, right? She's just a senator.
I thought she was Speaker of the Well, from being Speaker of the House, she has connections that now they owe her.
Is she Speaker of the House or what used to be? I don't fucking know.
They used to have a stock tracking on her, and if you followed it, it was
They still do.
They still do. So that's one thing that her trades have to be public because of her office. Okay, I gotta go. Don't worry. Hey, Schnickel, it's been present. It was been a pleasure. because I can speak English. So make sure you subscribe, everyone, to Sniffing Glue 22, Dino the Genetic Marvel. We have Single Dad 22, our Facebooks, Twitch. Cole is monetized on X as well. So make sure you go everywhere.
And I'm monetized on TikTok, but
yeah, well, at least until the 19th.
Later, Snickle. Have a good one, man.
Yeah. We'll see you again. We're going to be back on Saturday cooking. So make sure you tune in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, it's really turning out to be that we're in like, I know a lot of people are like, we're in the Matrix. You're like, no. We're in a completely manipulated environment where everyone's just like, okay, just like, I remember having a conversation with somebody how, like he was Moroccan and he was saying how like, yeah, we got a new king. And you would tell people in the country, they're like, hey, did you hear we got a new king? He's like, I heard there's a king. I don't care. I have fields to take care of. What the fuck do I like? And that's the thing is like, we need to start living our life. Like I found living my life like that, where people are like, oh, did you hear what was in the news? I don't care. Like right now, I feel bad for anybody who's in danger and suffering right now. But the amount of celebrities who are like, oh my God, I've lost everything. Yeah, that's what fire does. That's horrible. Shut the fuck up. There are other people suffering too. Just shut up. Just because you're a celebrity that you think that you should be heard about the how difficult it is. Yeah. There are other people who don't even have homes and their shit just got burned. And there are a whole bunch of people whose insurance got canceled. Just be like, oh yeah, we by the way, there's a fire starting and we removed your fire coverage from your policy. Yeah, have a great day. Have a great day. Best of luck. And you're going, yeah, bro. There's the bigger problem. The bigger problem is those who are making decisions. So even still,
yeah, Luigi is about to summon Wario if those insurance policies don't kick in.
What's Luigi's Wario? Waluigi? Oh, Waluigi, right? It's a horrible name.
I guess Waluigi. Wario is so dope.
Wario is Wario, but yeah, there's Waluigi, I think.
Maybe? Yeah, it's just Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Who is horrible. Shout out to Flashpoint.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't follow the Flash ever. I never read a single Flash comic. Anytime, the only knowledge I know of Flash is that like he's a cop, which is like, okay, I already don't care. And then B, like sometimes he comes and helps Batman. I was mostly a Batman guy. I don't give a fuck about Superman. I don't give a fuck about Wonder Woman. I'm Batman. I read the fuck out of Batman comics as a kid. And that was really it. And then the Marvel movies started coming out, and I started getting into Marvel comics kind of more as like, I say adult, but like the first Avengers movie came out when I was 18, and I was like, this is kind of good. And then I say adult, like I said, when I was like 18, 19, so I got into those comic books.
Yeah, so Chris, that's a good point. It's like, yeah, it will stress you out. I stopped watching the news, and when I finally realized that they're literally making a living on fear on both, yeah, they are. That's why, like, you know what? It's a wonder why the movie industry and entertainment is so profitable, because people are just like, I just don't want to have to think for 2 hours.
Right.
I need that relief to just go away and be absorbed. Like, listen, if you go, do you remember watching Avatar, the James Cameron one? Hey, what's up, Tarek? But like, people came out of that movie and they're like, I want to live in the Avatar world with the Na'vi. That's who I should. And you're like, you're a fucking idiot. You're an absolute fucking useless piece of shit. But like, immediately they jumped onto the whole, I want to possess a different body and bang things with my tail. That's who I am. And you're just like, that's weird, because you're not that
weird friends, bro.
Bro, it was in the news, and that's why I was like, what the fuck is wrong with
watched that movie.
It's crazy.
I think it was the end of my freshman year, and me and my two other friends, we all took our girlfriends to go see it. And the whole movie, it was like a 3-hour goddamn long movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no idea what's going
on. Bro, you got frozen. Oh, maybe we got Marco's friend from the NSA.
No, I'm back. Sorry, my phone closed out. But so yeah, 3-hour goddamn long movie. I'm watching this movie. I'm like, it kind of resembles Pocahontas to a little bit, but at the same time, there's just this blowing up, and this dude's like having an out of body experience while fucking the other aliens, and it's just like, they're flying around. I'm like, what is going on with this movie? And at the end of the movie, I'm one of what, 6 people, right, in my group. Okay. All 5 of the other people are like, that was we're all 14, 15 years old. I think we were all 15 years old. That was such a great fucking movie. And I'm sitting there like, the fuck did you guys watch? I hated it, but I still do. I still don't get it. To this day, and then that was like one of the first movies that hit $2 billion. I think it was the first movie to hit $2 billion. I'm like, what the? And then the second one came out 10 years later, I might add, and then that one made $2 billion. I'm like, again, like I didn't even go see the sequel. Like I don't understand that movie. I don't understand what people liked about it.
I love that. Okay, Marco was like, Avatar was just live action Ferngully, but it wasn't even live action.
I don't know what Ferngully is.
Has anybody have had obsessive thoughts about their ex and feel like they can't stop it and feel like this is Jehovah's? No, you should talk to somebody, Tarek. Jesus Christ, man. Number one.
I've never had obsessive thoughts 20% about their ex, feel like they can't stop and feel very dissociated. I mean, it depends on what the thoughts are. Like, I went through a pretty crazy breakup. Yeah.
A little bit.
I want to get back with her. My thoughts were like, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
I fucking hate her.
Yeah, that's fair. We've all had those feelings. So. Nothing unreasonable. Listen,
I have a little bit of an ego problem. Like when somebody gets over on me, I'm like, I get really upset by it. I'm like, how do I get back? I get them back. Like,
yeah. Listen, okay, so Tarek, if you're thinking about something 24/7, what you need to do is start filling your time with other things. As a guy, is, you know what? Like, I know how cliche it is, but have you tried going to work out, go to exercise, go take up a new hobby and envelop yourself and just throw yourself at it? And I'll tell you, the reason being is your brain is running without it's a train running without a conductor, essentially. See, you get spiraling into those kind of thoughts, and it's super, super dangerous because you aren't thinking straight. So what you need to do is stop thinking and just start doing something else.
Yeah, because that's how you end up with a charge in the grand scheme of things. One way or another, you're going to end up with a court case, buddy.
You do something that you will regret forever, and then you'll look back and go, I'm not even that type of person. What the fuck happened?
Right. Now you have a record that's attached to you for something you wouldn't even have done had you just thought clearly about it.
Tarek, see, I'm the one that ended it, but my mind painted this picture of her that wasn't true. Okay, so that in and of itself, you have a problem. You're not thinking systematically. You need to, number one, figure out your boundaries. Number two, you have to talk to somebody about how you're feeling. Like, this is why communication in any relationship, whether it be a friendship, relationship, family, romantic, marriage, doesn't matter. Communication is huge. So if you start building up the picture, number one, I'm not going to stand here and say that your thoughts aren't valid, but I am going to tell you that they probably got skewed and you kind of got whisked away into the path because it was like, well, if this means this, then this means this, then this means this, then this means this, and then you're over here off in left field and you don't even realize what happened, right? So what you need to do is actually start thinking about things and say, like, so for me, so if somebody says, hey, I'm going to be there at 5:30 and they don't show up at 5:30, I'm like, they're probably dead. That's probably what happened, right? And then I go, or maybe just traffic. Let me just be patient. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, people go, oh, wait, I thought you were coming at 5:30. Oh yeah, there was traffic. Oh, look at that. That's a way that I deal with anxiety, because I will stand there and go, oh, my brain immediately goes to the worst possible scenario, right?
I start believing on their stereotypes.
If it's
a woman, if it's a black person, I'm like, that's why they're late. If it's a white person, I'm like, if it's a white guy, I'm like, they should know better. Like,
yeah. Listen, do you know how many times I got dropped off? Okay, I'm riding the bus into Cleveland. As the bus pulls in the front where Cole said he's waiting for me, I don't see his car. As I'm pulling out, I'm like, fuck, he forgot about me. Something happened. Now, as well, this asshole, I get out of the car and he pretends to leave without me, like a bastard. Right? Which I'm like, bro, I would have hired a taxi, gone to your house, like, haha, that's a funny joke. What's your address? Yeah, okay, yeah, meet me downstairs. And then I would have beat the living shit out of him. That's what it was, right? But I said, you know what? He's probably just kidding. And sure enough, he was just kidding. No problem. And when I didn't, yeah, but then when I didn't see him, I arrived. When I walked out, he was there. Why? Because he even texted me, "Hey, I'm just pulling up. I think that might be your bus."
Yeah, I timed it perfectly. You were like,
Yeah,
okay, it says arrive. It's gonna ETA is this time. And I'm like, cool. I'm gonna make it so that I arrive at the same time because I don't like where the bus stop is, and homeless
horrible.
people think I'm friendly.
Yeah, yeah. Because you got that face that says, "I love having conversations." He doesn't.
I don't though. I
Yeah.
don't love it at all.
I definitely need coping skills. I'm a man enough to say, like, honestly, Tarek, you're in the right place. It's the kind of shit that we're talking about. So I'm glad you brought it up. And because remember, like, we are just talking shit, but at the same time, if somebody has something they want to talk about, we're happy to talk about it because we are trying to help people with their mental health. And this what this whole show is about, right? So today we're dealing with that anxiety, having to deal with that situation. We're happy to talk about it. So if you need coping skills, like that's one thing you have to do is write it down, like writing stuff down, and then always remember, always burn that paper. Never keep a record of it. So write it down, deal with the situation, and then burn it. Don't burn it in your house. That's not, it's not advisable. Is you just burn it with,
Especially if you live in California.
especially if you live in California. That we learned lesson number one. So, but like, yeah, if you need to coping, like, definitely talk to, like, this is something that I try and tell people is find someone to talk to that is a friend, because that's important. And you know what? It's hard to find the right person because some people are like, "Hey, man, I'm not gay. Don't talk to me about that shit." Okay, it's fine. I'm in Texas. Listen,
Texas.
listen. Let's start with the. I'm in Texas. My name is Tarek El Halbawi. Bro, you have a full plate. I'm just
Dude,
throwing it out there.
Muslims love Texas. They fucking love it there. As
Yeah,
long as
they can protect their
Texas
own shit.
doesn't mind them either, because Texas is all about religious oppression.
Yeah.
As long as the Muslims are cool with like having their guy drawn every once in a while by asshole rednecks, you know, it's a compromise.
There's a comedian up here who's super. He does a really good. He makes fun of a lot of races, and he's quite funny. And today he was doing a whole thing about how Asians love Texas. He's like, protect my rand. You're like, this, bro.
There's so many Asians in Houston because of NASA.
Yeah.
Asians and Indians, so many in Houston.
Sure.
Bro. I went
Absolutely.
to school,
You know what?
my freshman year, I went to school. Literally, you walk outside the school. It's Clear Lake High School. You walk outside, you can see NASA. Okay, so many Asian and Indian kids.
Yeah, because they're hoping to get a job at NASA at like the age of
their
16.
parents work there or around it.
Yeah, because there's not going to be Americans. There's either Nazi Germans, Indians, or Asians. That's who works there. I'm half Egyptian, so I call myself the Egyptian cowboy because I love Kajuzi. Yeah,
pretty dope.
Just so you know,
name.
That's pretty fucking weird. I love it. I love that you're embracing that feeling. And listen, just because you thought weird and you broke up and everything like that, listen, don't think that your thoughts weren't valid. You may have jumped the gun or something, but you did see something, right? And maybe you jumped the shark. Maybe it was fixable. Maybe it wasn't. Whatever. But there was something there, right? So don't go out and invalidate what you're thinking, because that's also a slippery slope where you start going, "Oh, I must be crazy," and then you start to believe that, "Oh, I'm wrong in every situation." And you're like, "No, man, that's not how it is." Like, you can be wrong in every situation. Don't get me wrong, but it's usually not that you see something, you don't like it, it builds up, and then you overwhelm yourself. And
I mean, shit happens, man. Like, how old are you? That's the real question. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much, you know. And honestly, I wouldn't even try to reach out to her if I'm honest, because your initial reaction may have been wrong, but you're 29, so you're about my age. Yeah. Your initial thought about this girl may have been wrong, but something in your heart and in your chest was telling you something's not right. And let me tell you, for 6 months, the last 6 months of my relationship with my ex, the mother of my child, I would wake up sweating and my heart was dropped. I thought I was having a stroke every night for 6 months. And I eventually found out I was having panic attacks, which is not
Yeah.
is not who I am. I've had probably 2 since I broke up with her. And both of them were related to me and her breaking up. But as I found out, as I slowly found out, that entire time she was cheating on me. She was sleeping with another man for those 6 months. All right, I knew something wasn't right, even though I never thought she was the type to cheat on me.
Yeah.
She was, and so I had every right to feel the way I felt. I just didn't understand it. So it's okay to break up with somebody just because it
Something
doesn't
ain't right.
feel right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? To a degree, it's definitely intuition. And you know what? Like, that's the frustrating part is a lot of times we're told to ignore intuition as men. And the fact is that our intuition is usually way better than women's because women do not know what the fuck they're doing sometimes. And that's just factual. And that's not to say that men are better, but men have been also told not to think, not to intuit on things, which is bullshit.
The
I've gone through a lot.
difference is the difference between women and men going back thousands and hundreds of thousands of years
Men are
is
right, women are wrong. Easily. That's
well,
first.
everything's dangerous to a woman. Everything. Where a man has to have the intuition of, is this dangerous or can I handle this? You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times we've got to put ourselves into dangerous situations, not me and you, but men,
Yeah.
to bring food home. You know what I mean? So like
Sure.
we know the difference between a dangerous situation and so
There's a third category there is where we say, can I handle this? Then there's, can I not handle this? And then maybe I get lucky this time. There's that, which we're also very stupid about.
That lucky this time shit goes out the door about 30, 35 though.
Oh, yeah. Then you're like, oh, I'm pretty breakable. I'm old. How long was the relationship before he ended it? It takes 3 months to see the real person anyone could protect. That's true. That's a good point, Rochelle. Rochelle, I didn't know you were listening. So all that stuff I said about women wasn't about you. It was about other women.
My relationship was 7 years long. So
or my wife. No, he's asking about Tarek.
Right. But in my defense, Tarek and Rochelle, my relationship was 7 years long, but she was cheating on her husband with me. So the signs were always there. The signs were always that I elected to ignore them.
But she wouldn't do the same thing to me, would she?
Huh? You said what?
She wouldn't do the same thing to me. That'd be crazy.
I really thought that. I really believe that.
Of course you did, bro.
Believe that.
And you know what?
Because she didn't have a kid with him. She had a kid with me. I was like, in my head, I'm more important.
Yeah, but she saw what was important, and that's why she's with me. It has nothing to do with her personality or how she is as a human being. It has to do with the fact that I'm better. And then she cheats, and you're going, "What the fuck just happened?" Those are normal. 100%. That's 100% what happened. And you're like, "No, but we have a kid together. This is crazy. No one would act like that." And then it happens. You're going, "This fucking cow, god damn it!" And you just, that is a normal thing, but. So, Tarek, how long were you in the relationship before you were like, this bitch, I got to get out of here?
Yeah, because a lot of the signs are there at the beginning. That's what I've learned. The signs are already there. You're just ignoring them because you're like, she's hot or she likes some of the shit you like, which usually is a lie, too. She's just telling you she likes the shit you like because she likes you. Yeah.
Yeah, Rochelle, I could be wrong. I got married and divorced. Yeah, me too. And then I got remarried.
Everybody, that's just unavoidable now.
I knew this last one for 8 years as a friend, and I believe this is why my mind painted a picture of her because I had unexpected expectations. But I thought I knew her. I was with her for 7 months. No, that's fine. Hey, so number one, men and women can't be friends. Let's just start there. Okay. That's just factual. Okay. Someone always ruins it. Let's just be honest. That's why, I know Rochelle. I'm friends with Marco. Will Rochelle message me? Absolutely. Sure. And I'm like, I try not to keep that. Why? Because I'm a married man. It's unreasonable for me. Oh, I have girlfriends. What are you talking about? That's crazy, right? SW, you keep on coming up with that shit. And you know what? I'm thinking you're a dirty bird.
Really, SW was at the freak offs.
Yeah. True that she had a lot of guy friends. She went, bro. Yeah. You dodged the bullet. You're fine.
Yeah, you're cool, man.
SW, I'm here with her. You know what, bro? That's the way I'm putting you on timeout. That's what you get. How about that? Because you're a dirty bird. You're a dirty bird who thinks dirty things, and your parents don't love you, and God doesn't love you either. SW, just so you know. But yeah, then Tarek, yeah. Hey, no offense, bro. She wasn't yours. It was just your turn.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, like,
Hey,
it's
and that
one
shit
thing.
sucks.
It's
That shit
one
sucks.
thing for a chick to like know a lot of guys and whatnot, and like whatever. Maybe she's a bartender or a waitress or whatever. But like, if she continues to like
Disrespect.
yeah, if she continues to have
She's not
serious
just
relationships with her male friends while she's in a relationship with you, especially hanging out with them or going places where they're going to be or texting them regularly or whatever. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Listen, facts. Sex ruins friendships. That's definitely true. Listen, you can either be, and this is, I had to explain this to a few people, was that you can't have two roles in a situation, right? You can be one or the other. And like in that, you're like, hey, if you're gonna have sex, then you're a couple. That's a different relationship. That's not a friendship. It's not the same thing. And people don't get that. And you're like, yeah, listen, it's not easy. And that's not to say that friends can't become a relationship, and a relationship wasn't better off being friends. That stuff happens. But listen, it's the thing is, how many times when people are like, oh, well, they have a lot of guy friends. Okay, but are they doing stuff with their guy friends with that they wouldn't do if you were there? That's done. That's it. Finished. She ended up putting me in the hospital because my anxiety was. Yeah, bro.
I don't worry about these bitches as much.
That's
Don't ever let a chick, because the woman's gonna do what a woman wants to do no matter what, and there's nothing you can do about it. Trust me, I've been there. I know how upsetting that is.
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can do because you can't hit them anymore, and you can't control them. You can't lock them in a house and take away their bank account. There's nothing you can do. They can do whatever they want. So just do you. And if she likes you, she likes you. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't get yourself into trouble. Don't get yourself worked up. It's not worth it.
Bro, she also threw a cell phone in my face because I wanted attention. Number one, okay.
Yeah.
Men,
some of them get violent too.
Yeah, men aren't allowed to ask for attention. And I'll tell you, and it's wrong, but it's just factual. As a man, you can't ask for attention. And when you are, that's when people start throwing around ones like you're insecure, you're needy, and these kind of things. And you know what? You go, no. I'm choosing not to. I guess this is breaking news 20 minutes ago. There's a dispatch audio, men in ski masks that they're starting fires. Yeah. No. That's
we all knew that.
That is news, but we all knew that, hey, they ain't eating the dogs and cats. Sorry, I don't believe you. How about that? I don't believe you.
I want the same energy about the dogs and cats.
California burning was God's will. We all know it. Sorry. Just like all the cats and dogs in Ohio just migrated somewhere else. It's fine. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Shoes on the other foot doesn't feel too nice. But yeah, Eric, honestly, it's you just got to move on. And as horrible as you feel doing that, it's the right decision for you. You're prioritizing your well-being. You lingering on those thoughts and rehashing them. What could I do differently? How did I You're not winning any. You're not going to get any prize at the end of that thought process. They didn't lose their mother like I did. I feel like this is why I have anxious attachment, because I was a mama's boy, but I didn't believe it. Okay, listen. Hey, and you know what? I'm fortunate enough to have my mom. We did just have a few deaths in the family. Like I lost my dad. I lost one of my brothers.
I lost my dad too, but he didn't die. I just misplaced him.
Just never came back.
Yeah.
But let's listen. Yeah, you lost your mom. That sucks. And you know what? Your mom is the one woman that should have loved you unconditionally, and that's a horrible thing to lose. Get a dog.
Honestly, what you need to do is accept, now that your mother is gone, like that was the woman who will always love you no matter what.
Yep.
And just because she's gone now doesn't mean like
you're not loved
or not. You know what I mean? So you have that's always there for you.
True.
And now that's over. Yeah. And part of the like Iron Man once said, part of the journey is the end. So this is your opportunity to learn that only person that's going to love you is you. And so you need to work out. And you need to eat right. and you need to become a student of life, educate yourself, learn stuff.
Yeah, not my mom.
Get a
Jesus.
career.
So
You know what I
listen,
mean?
I
Like
always believe it's family everything.
build yourself.
Tarek, I believe you the same way, but I'll tell you this much, okay? So my brother passed away last year. Last year. And you know what? If him included, and he was an asshole, and I didn't enjoy his company, and he became treacherous to me. I'll tell you this much. Any one of my siblings, if I had to die for them tomorrow, I would. If you asked me to go hang out for dinner, maybe not. No thanks. Right? My sister, I don't get along with my sister at all because we have a weird relationship. She was 8 years older than me, so she helped change my diapers. So she assumes that she's some sort of mother figure to everyone, and I'm like, yeah, get fucked. You're an idiot. I don't play that game. But if tomorrow I had to die for her, I would. No questions asked.
I don't think I would die for any of my siblings. I think I would go. I would show up and I'd be like, okay, so why do I have to die?
Yeah.
And can we?
Hey, I'm not an idiot.
Spitball and try and figure out how I can not die.
Sure.
And still make whatever needs to happen. Like, is there a tool? I got my ratchet set in the car. You know what I mean? I got WD-40. Like, what's up?
Hey, all of those things. The only answer is you got to die.
I'm sorry, bro. What'd you get yourself into? Like, why am I in this?
Yeah, sorry. That's the only way.
No.
And you know what? Hey, I'll do it. No problem.
You fucked up. It sounds like you fucked up.
Yeah, it sounds like you made a questionable decision, sir. But like, that's the thing is,
pay the Pied Piper.
But ask me to spend my personal time on you. Oh, get fucked. I'm not doing that. No. That's why you should put.
You have the exact opposite reaction. You'd be like, I would never hang out with you, but I would die for you. I'd be like, I'm never gonna die for you, but if you ask me to come over for dinner, I'll probably be like, can I cook? Like,
sure, let's do something. Yeah. Not my mom. My mom's a cunt. Jesus Christ. Definitely seek extra help for abandonment issues before starting. Definitely. Yeah, Tarek, this is the best part about the world we're in right now, where everyone realizes how important not only your physical health, but your mental health is. Anyone who tells you that you should be positive about your body, however it looks, is fucking lying to you. Just be clear. and we're not lying to you either. Yeah, man, that's a real thing. And you know what? You should pay someone to deal with that. 100%.
I identify with that so much, Dino, because when I was like really fat, people would be like, I would be like, hi, I'm fat or whatever. And they was like, what? Like they'd never heard the word fat before. What?
Yeah, like, oh my God.
Now that I have like a dad's bod, people are like I'll be like, I'm fat, and then they're like, yeah, little, but like you look good, you know, you got your big arms or whatever, you know what I mean? You're not really that fat, but like kind of. You know what I mean? It's like the closer you get to skinny, the more insulting they become. The more fat you get, they get complimented.
Yeah, oh, you look great. Did you lose some weight? I lost 5 pounds, but I'm 700 pounds.
It's like they don't
I can tell you lost fat from right here. This little section right here is less fat. It's beautiful. You got a little line right here. It's beautiful. You know, it's like an ab, but on your cheek. No, it's not. Just don't fucking lie to me.
Like if you're really fat and you lose a little weight, yeah, they're gonna be like, "Look, you look good." But if you start losing a lot of weight consistently, they're like, "You need to calm down. You need to eat a sandwich." Like,
hey, last time I was down, Mark was like, "Hey, man, are you sick? Do I need to worry about you?" I'm like, "No, man, I'm not sick." He's like, "You're losing a lot of weight." I'm like, "Yeah, because I was really fat." And he's like, "All right." But you're not sick, right? I'm not sick. I swear to God, I'm not sick. I'm getting healthier. He's like, all right, if you say so. It's just the letting go is hard. I've always had an issue there. Watch this. It's not. It's good. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I know how callous that sounds, Tarek. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you think, bro. The fact is, it's easy to let go. It's a question of should you let go, and right now you aren't thinking about that. You've convinced yourself that I can't let go, when the fact is you haven't even tried to let go. Right? You have to. Go absorb yourself. Go put yourself in an environment. Like, listen, you know why guys go through a breakup and then go to strip joint? Why? Because they want to see if titties in their face will make them happy, and they do every time, consistently. This is factual. Some girl talking nonsense, and you be like, "Oh, you're such a big. Oh, you're like a big man." You're like, "Yeah."
I haven't been to a strip club in 4 years.
I'll come down. We'll bring some cash. You can use ones in America now. It's great. We only have $5 bills, bro. What are you gonna flick a coin at you're a stripper.
Damn, everything is expensive. They just got rid of ones.
That's horrible.
Inflation, man.
You look great. Oh God, Cole's Diddy's back.
What up, Cole's Diddy?
We can stick loonies in, bro. Can you imagine a girl getting in a G-string just holding toonies in her G-string? Clink, 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 clink. Just like the doctor off my 600-pound life of doctor was like, you're not a picky eater if you're bro. That's hey, take it from someone who's over 500 pounds. Like now I'm like 270 or something, and I'm in the best shape of my life. Not good shape, but the best shape of my life. And I'll tell you, yeah, my doctor's advice, you know what it was? Close your mouth. This is, I'm like, but maybe you could give me some pill. No. You need to close your mouth. This is the only solution for you. That's it.
Yep.
They have strip clubs in Canada. I thought that was just on Trailer Park Boys. No,
You know, I actually was gonna ask the exact same question. I didn't know y'all had strip clubs there.
Good strip clubs.
Y'all seem like such a liberal country that like respects women.
I help young ladies. I used to help young ladies pay for their college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm
before or after your first marriage?
Yes. I'm still
you're a virgin, so you're just going to strip clubs but being a virgin?
Yeah, it was not the smart move. Sorry. Hey man, I just assumed I was never gonna have sex ever, and they was like, "What? Girls are interested in me. Get the fuck out of here." All right, cool.
Yeah, no, women aren't as like shallow as men are. Like women like want you to believe that, but they're not.
I don't know. I used to bounce in a strip club in Oshawa. All French Canadian strippers. Nice. French Canadian strippers are the dirtiest. Listen, I'm not spending money unless I'm getting a knuckle deep. Sorry, that's just how it is. I'm a dirty bird. Sorry. Hold on. I stay out of trouble, to be honest, but I've always obeyed the law. Gay.
Yeah, like
I didn't know your relationship was with a man, Tarek. Be a man. Break the law. That asshole principal that went on a vending machine crusade must be happy you lost 200 pounds. I mean, I still go to the vending machine, Lily. I'm still a fat person at heart. Like today, I got high and I ate, but I got a second meal, and it was a huge meal, and I feel super uncomfortable because I'm so bloated with food right now. I don't regret it at all because it's all happened before 6 p.m. I'm probably gonna smoke another joint before I go to bed, and then just the rest of the night. But yeah, so yeah, that's okay. Nick was a funny guy, Lily.
Yeah,
I know you and him got off to a bad start, but I found him very funny because he's like, "Fuck them kids," which is hilarious. Because I had a shitty principal in high school who I loved just tormenting because she was a bad person. The cops in Texas are crooked, especially in Houston. Especially when you're half, when you're half Egyptian, sir. That's specifically when. Okay.
And I look half Egyptian.
Hey, white guy murder face walks in. They're like, I'm sure he's a nice guy. That's when you're what murder? He was the best of guys. So right here for this face. Okay. Principals are assholes in general. Yeah, it's because they're not
murder. What the murder?
Yeah, what murder?
What part of Houston are you from? I'm from like the Cypress area.
I didn't know there was a Cypress, Houston
area. Yeah, well, I mean, it's broken up into like suburbs.
All
like
right.
Every city.
Like I have any idea what that means. Okay.
You don't have suburbs in Canada?
No, we have igloos.
So there's one big metropolitan city, and then you have like little tiny cities around it with where people live.
We only have
like the big city is kind of like where only poor people live and people who go to work.
Yeah. No, we don't have
Kingwood. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. That's kind of over there by NASA.
I got pulled over in my truck. I had my riding lawnmower on it, and the cop literally thought I stole my own riding lawnmower and put me in the cuffs. I even had the receipt on me. Bro.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what, Tarek? That's what you get for being Egyptian. Maybe you better think twice.
Just
put some white face on. It'll be fine.
I was like 13, and I went jogging in a black hoodie in Houston.
Jail.
And because I was, big into basketball and stuff like that. And this cop just like rolled up on me and like was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm jogging. I'm exercising for basketball." And he like just like patted me down, checked me for drugs, checked me for money. Like, where are your parents? Over there. Like, you want to talk to him? He was like, "No," and then got in his car and drove away. It was so bizarre.
Hey, listen, this is what people have to realize is that police officers are basically the secretaries of the law. They have no idea what they're doing. Okay, they're not some sort of. And let's just go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because you know what? You just want to get home and not die. That's all. And as they should too. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I'll take the ticket. Thank you, sir. Have a great day, sir. That's fine. And then you go handle it in court. Is that a nuisance? Yes. You know what? You shouldn't have been speeding. There you go. That's it. Don't do dumb shit.
I don't do stuff.
I know. Well, now you know why you shouldn't go do stuff, sir.
I don't do stuff. I still get fucked with by the cops.
Nick Tucker. Holy moly. I just got online. You gents are going late tonight. Cheers. Only for a little bit. We're bringing her to shut it down.
What up, Nick?
Lily, your favorite friend Nick is here. But yeah, Nick, welcome. We were talking about anxiety and we were helping Tarek with his seizures. He literally asked me if I'm from this country. Kingwood is literally my hometown. I was born there. And then you know what he say? If he says, "Were you born in this country?" Yes, sir. I was born. My hometown is Kingwood. That's it. And you know what? You keep it polite. You know why? Because he's a secretary. He's not. I'm Johnny Law. He has no idea what the fuck he's doing. You just go, "Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir." No problem.
It's funny that cops tend to forget that this is a melting pot. Like if you're not white, then you're not from here.
It's the same thing. Yeah, and that's the thing is people live in these small little bubbles, and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe that there's." I remember one guy, a buddy of mine, him and his wife are married. She's from Pennsylvania. They're married. They live in Canada. As they're coming down, they're like, "We're married." They're like, "But you're American." And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, "And you're Canadian?" "Yeah." "And you're married?" "Yeah." She's like, "No, you got to go to the office." "No, I'm not. That's impossible." And you're like, "What?" Listen, hey, that's a border agent, someone who's trained in what happens at the border, and she couldn't believe that someone from America and Canada could get married. That was an unholy union, as if she had married a goat. And you're like, "What the fuck?" And he walks up. They're like, "What's the problem?" They're like, "I don't know." They're like, "You guys are married?" "Yeah." "Okay, then why are you here?" "Don't know." And they're like, "Oh fuck," and they just send them on their way. Why? If you start arguing with her, you're gonna go to jail. That's where you just go, "Okay, yep, yes, ma'am, no problem. I'll talk to somebody. I'll talk to a sergeant. No problem. Absolutely. Happy to. Thank you." And delays your thing. That's fine. You know why? Because you're talking to an idiot. Don't worry about it. That's how you deal with idiots. Just go, "Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much." Okay. And then you deal with their spirit. But like, "Hey, what's with the fucking retard?" They're like, "Yeah, it's a wish. Fucking, he's dying. So his last wish was to be a border person." Yeah. They're clearly an idiot.
The Timu cop.
I just read Lily comments. She's probably a fatty. God damn, Nick. I told that cop we are literally all immigrants and mixed with 7 different ethnicities. Yeah, there you go. That's the wild thing. And they're like, he's like, 7? Well, you got like 6 moms and 1 dad. And you're like, "No, it's my lineage." And he's like, "Well, no, that's not how it works." Like, you're not talking to some fucking, he's not a scientist, bro. I just got here and I agree. His mom is a gun.
Damn.
Nice. I mean, calls it the way he sees it. I respect it.
My biggest toxic trait to date, and I am working on it and I'm getting better, but it's in my soul sometimes when somebody says something dumb, even if I know they're just an idiot.
Yeah.
I want to educate them so bad.
Sure.
So bad. I'm like,
of course you do.
Let me explain this to you so you can understand. And I don't want to like hurt their feelings or attack them. I just want to know it's actually, and then it just comes off as me being a cunt to them. And no matter what I do, it just makes my situation worse for me.
Correct. I know. Yeah. It's and you know what, Nick, my advice is stay steadfast and vigilant, stay thirsty, my friend. I'm wasted, not gonna lie. No school until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Nice. Heard him. Like that's the whole thing, Nick, is like, yeah, you know what, bro? Should you look having principles and be like, I put family first. Good. That's fine. Absolutely. You're a man of honor. Good. It doesn't mean you have to be an idiot. Okay. You don't have to make stupid decisions to be that. And like you can be an honorable person and not make stupid decisions, right? And that's why it's like, yeah, when you're dealing with a police officer, yeah, just yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a great day, sir. I'm half Egyptian, part Italian from my dad's side, and I'm German, British, Irish, Scottish, Native American, Cherokee from my mom's side, and a native Texan on top of that. Let's be honest, you're what's called a mutt. and that's fine. Get over it. You know what you should do is you should change all that and be like, I'm American. Just leave it at that. And hey, when people ask, where are you from? America.
America.
Where in America? Kingwood, Texas, motherfucker. And if they're like, yeah, but like before that, I'd be like, 6th generation Texas, just really fucking with them as hard as you can. That's all that matters.
You should have told them you're Native American.
I love this.
I was here first.
Yeah, I'd be like, if anything, you're invading my land.
Right?
It's not like
you should have been like, sir, were you born in this country?
Nick, you're the most honest principal I've ever heard. It's not like I'm teaching tomorrow. I just wave to the kids and tell parents they need to do better. I can be hungover. You absolutely can't, sir. American. Yeah. What are you? I'm American. All right, Marco, good night. Yeah, on that note, we should probably take off. Everybody, listen, if you enjoyed our conversation, please make sure if you're having an issue, bring it up. We would love to talk about it because, listen, we've gone through stuff, so we're happy to share. Also, we're both idiots, so we're going to have a good time with it. So we're happy to discuss that stuff. But make sure you subscribe, Sniffing Glue 22, Dealing with Genetic Marvel, on whatever social platform you like to do. Y'all's maple syrup is the best. It's good with fried chicken. Bro, I just had some. We went actually up north and it was Nashville hot chicken and waffles. And then it was maple syrup on top. And I'm telling you, I came a little bit while I was eating. So good. It was ridiculous. Canadian maple syrup is the best. And you know what? The best part is people in New England are like, our maple syrup is shit. It's shit. Shut your fucking mouth, okay? Canadian maple syrup's where it's at, you sons of bitches.
Who's maple syrup?
New England. Anywhere New England is like, our maple syrup's great too. No, it isn't. Shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth. Dirty fucking wannabe Canadian.
All I give a fuck about that comes out of New England is like the original fucking political documents. The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence.
Please, even then, those people can't. And they already start saying, they're like, we'll move to Canada. Canada don't want you with your dirty maple syrup. It's disgusting.
Y'all are about to get absorbed. I don't know. Like, y'all about to learn.
I can't wait to get all the guns, man. I lived in Detroit, Michigan for 3 years. Tim Hortons on point. It used to be, bro. It's fallen. It has fallen. Like,
yeah, it's not what it used to be.
Anyways, everyone.
I live in Cleveland, not about 3 hours from Detroit. So
yeah. The bus station at Detroit sucks so bad.
Oh, I believe it. It's worse.
Every time I come to Cleveland, they go through Detroit and then go to Cleveland. And every time I leave, they go from Cleveland to Buffalo and Buffalo to Toronto, which sucks. We have some Houston. Get lost. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you enjoyed, sir. But anyways, we're gonna be back on Saturday with Hammered and Cheese, which is our cooking show. Which we're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm doing all sorts of moving and cleaning here, so hopefully I'm going to be able to cook soon. It'll be very exciting. Do you remember what we decided on what to eat for Saturday?
I don't think we came up with anything yet.
All right, so keep posted. Listen, make sure you subscribe to our social media and you will see it there. We will post it on the day of, so make sure you come. It's going to be Hammered and Cheese at 8:30 Saturday night. Come one, come all. It's going to be I'm in Maine. We have excellent syrup. No, you have number 2 syrup. Okay, you don't have number 1. Number 1 is from Canada, sir. Okay?
I used to live in Maine.
You have decent maple syrup. You don't have good maple syrup. Okay,
Maine's got like killer squirrels. Squirrels will like throw their acorns at your windshield. You know, crack your windshield and make you like
they have to
drive you off a ledge because there's nothing but fucking hills in Maine. Apparently, you just slide off on the fucking ice.
It's because all they can steal is 2nd grade maple syrup. They don't have the good stuff because they have to cross the border for it. All right.
They're squirrels.
This has been Mental Health, everyone, and we will see you again on Saturday.